Hey, everybody. It's the Monday Not So Live show. It's an extremely exciting week. Phoenix HYROX is just about upon us. I'm getting on a plane in a couple days. Cheryl is here. She'll be joining me in Phoenix. Dave loves Canada today, but not joining us in Phoenix. No. My coach just sent me a workout. I'm not doing it, Matt. It's a rest day for me. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a big surprise to open the show. I have a package here. I can't tell you who it's from, but I think I know who it's from, and I'm going to open it live here. Okay, are you ready?
Okay.
It might be a new sponsor. Dave, are you excited? Are you on the edge of your seat?
I'm more interested in your Rocky look.
Remind me to talk about Rocky in a minute. Hold on.
Play by play. It is an Amazon bag. Very exciting. Opening of the bag. Still opening the bag.
Could be anything.
It's another bag.
That's pretty typical for Amazon.
I once got 100
It's wrapped very tight.
I once got 100-pound slam ball off Amazon.
Yeah.
And I felt so bad for the guy. They put it in this box. I was
going to say, your poor driver.
Yeah. And they put it in a box. And then the box was just another circle by the time it got to the door.
I ordered 60-pound kettlebells through Amazon, and those kettlebells just rolled around the poor guy's truck until they damaged so much they got rid of them. Oh, is it your clear bag?
I need to blow it up with air, I think, first.
Yeah,
it completely needs the Hello Kitty sticker.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a Hello Kitty bag. So yeah. I'll be prepared. I ordered it just in time. Listen, even with the frozen deliveries out there, luckily it didn't get held up too long. So I'm dressed like Rocky because I've been in, the big house today. Now that I live in a compound, I can say the big house. I've been in the big house all day.
The main.
Didn't turn the heat on yet. So I just got in here and it's starting to warm up. So, but I got to say, yesterday I went for a run. It was about 40, which I know is like 100 degrees warmer than most of the country or the continent. But it was like cold rain, and these are the only gloves I have. I have a lot of like one set of the glove, right? Like I go in my drawer, like, oh, there's one of those, but I got these, and I was out there running. And you see people and they're like, hey, like they're impressed that you're running in the freezing cold rain. And I definitely felt like Rocky. I was like, I'm out here fucking doing this, man. And then I posted how great it made me feel, because it really did. And then today I did not leave the house. It was very warm on the inside, and I did not leave the house today.
I think that people, like, it's 58 here in Las Vegas and I'm in layers, right? Like I'm in a hoodie and stuff. Because I don't think people realize that for those of us in the warmer climates, like we are ill prepared for anything chilly. And so it makes it really, really tough for us to pivot like that. So, I mean, Dave's got it down. He's got no problems, but we got problems.
Yeah. We're what, minus 10-ish today, Celsius?
Yeah. So.
Actually, it was really sunny. It was quite nice.
I remember I lived in Utah for a while, and we would get up in the middle of the night to start our car. Like, do you have to do that, or do you just keep it in a warm place? Okay.
No.
Okay. I think we were very poor, and our poor car was outside. And
when we were younger, like when I was kids, the cars had block heaters.
Yeah, right.
You'd have them plugged in.
Okay.
So Cheryl, you had to crank your car?
No. It was a 1972 Volkswagen Beetle.
Oh, well,
no,
maybe.
But you grew up in the 20s, I thought, when we were cranking the cars. Is that not a thing anymore?
It definitely felt like it. That car at one point, we were having to push it to get it started, like you pop the clutch kind of thing. Like we were hardcore, just, that thing ran on rubber bands and duct tape.
Do you remember not having seatbelts?
I remember not having to wear them. And I remember my parents getting very annoyed that we now had to wear seatbelts, that the cars started like beeping if you didn't have your seatbelt on, right? When they started, doing that.
Yeah. I think all of us all of us that are our age, like, grew up in a time when your parents would stick your hand across, like, which is pretty instinctual because I did it with my kids when they were like first time in the seat. You just kind of do it. But yeah, I remember my mother. I come from a divorced family, a family of divorce, and my mother would say, "When you ride with your father, make sure you put your seatbelt on. He's not very safe. He's a dangerous driver," which was not true at all. By the way, they're both dead, so I can talk about them now. It doesn't matter.
I once rode from Nova Scotia to Ontario, which is like going from Toronto to Florida, in the back of the pickup truck.
Yeah.
In the back of the pickup truck.
Yeah.
Wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I rode in the back of pickup trucks down here in the South for sure, but not that far, like around town, like to go to the movies or whatever.
Highway the whole way.
Yeah. One of the first times I got drunk, such a great memory. I was 17 or 18 and I was in the back of somebody's truck and we were driving around and the one guy kept doing the thing where he would, like, we were going pretty fast and I was a little scared, but the guy with me was like older and not scared. And so he kept, like, you know, you could grab the end and slide down, and that's what he kept doing. And I was like, "Dude, you're gonna fall out." And he's like, "Watch this." Whee! So let's get into this extremely exciting last 24 to 48 hours. Those of you tuning in to find out if I understand ghost points or not, you're in for a treat because I'm pretty sure I do. And I got some really good news about it. Really, really good news. But I woke up to an alert from someone that said, "Hey, I think they announced HYROX New York City in HYROX's favorite way to do things, which is by accident." Spartan loves the Zendesk. HYROX likes to just sort of accidentally put it out on a website somewhere.
Yep.
And it said, in fact, there are 2 weekends. There are a bunch of races close to the deadline. So as in previous years, if you race one of these weeks, you don't have to choose to go to Worlds that week. You can transfer to next year. So those races were the very first one, NYU Langone Health, HYROX New York City, May 28th to May 7th, and then there were 6 other races listed. So as we, I think, had even talked about on here, I had heard that there was a possibility of a 7, 8, 9, 10-day event like they're doing in London. So I posted this, put a big question mark just in case, and HYROX responded. Would you like to know how they responded?
Yeah.
By deleting that webpage. So now if you go to that page, it just has the 3 races that are actually on the calendar and not the 4 that were not, which is a bunch of them. So I don't think that means the dates aren't happening. I just think it means they're just not ready. So if this comes true, super exciting. Love to go to New York. Love to see Matt Kemp. Amazing. I'm sure it'll be, the vibes. But guess what? It's right next to Worlds, so I'm never going to go again.
Yeah.
What, it's 2-3 weeks before Worlds? Worlds is June 20th.
Too close to have an expensive trip that close is basically the point.
Yes. And then to make it a 7-day event, it'll be all the people who don't go to Worlds or who want to,
and a lot of people that go to both, because people who like to travel and spend money, and especially if you live up there, sure. So I think plenty of people do both.
Okay,
but not me.
Yeah. Do you think it's so? We don't know if it's still an outdoor venue.
I didn't even post a picture of Pier 76 because I wasn't sure. I looked on the Pier 76 website; it wasn't there, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. But yeah, I have no idea. I asked Kemp to try to ask around. But super cool. If it gets to be that long, it means you'll get plenty of chances to race, hopefully. And by the way, it may happen. I could be working for someone or I could end up going there anyway, but it's just a bummer that the super cool event is also right before Worlds. Yeah.
Note to HYROX, dot your I's and cross your T's, or Matt B. Davis is going to find out.
It's not me. It's the community. The community usually tells me this went
Matt
live.
B. Davis is going to report what the community finds out. So, which is how it should work.
Well, yeah, I guess.
The longer you do this, the lazier you can be.
Exactly.
Well, it's interesting because remember we first saw this with the post from Legends, And you can understand those departments not talking to each other. Like, oh, we signed this contract, but someone in the marketing department at Legends doesn't know that HYROX doesn't release these dates yet. That makes sense. This is somebody wrote this page and probably should run it by, but they're I mean, I don't know how many employees they have now. I think
busy.
Did I read Mo said 400? Does that sound like too many?
That's a lot.
Given how big they are, wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Worldwide too.
Yeah.
Not counting temporary people, not counting people that just show up to
build crew and stuff. Are they temporary or are they?
Well, that's even the MCs, right? You could like they work a lot, but they're not full time. I'm talking about like office staff. That may also go to races, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. I can tell you that I often see them hiring on LinkedIn. It's usually for Germany or UK. But anyway, so that's the big news there. We are at the point where we can talk about the elite system. And I made a video and I said, please let me know if you think I'm wrong. Cheryl goes, I think you're wrong.
I said privately, I think you're wrong.
No, and I really appreciate that. Thank you. And then I was asking a lot of athletes, and I finally got Anthony on the phone. And this is, I wrote down like four bullets that haven't make sense to me. Okay. Which I now, of course, will never be able to find because I didn't get ready before the call.
We never heard what Dave thinks about the ultimate manifestation of this.
Dave, why don't you start by talking about, because I forgot that Dave and I talked. Dave and I talked about DECA. And then we had to put it in a vault.
On the back burner.
Never to be heard from again.
I don't know about this. I think I remember a little bit about this, but now
DECA would like to get the information out first, even though it's out there, and we are respecting their embargo. And maybe it'll see the light of day one day, Dave. I don't know.
Trade blockade.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think? This week, next week? What do you think?
I think so. I think sooner than later.
Okay. But, all right. Go ahead and talk while I find my info.
The whole new HYROX system. All right. First off, before like I say anything negative at all, I think it is a vast improvement. I think it's better than what we were doing. It's better than anything we've had to date. It's super well thought out. They would put a ton of work into it, and obviously, like it's not one of those things that was just done haphazardly. Like, ooh, let's do this. Like it was really, really well thought out. So I got to give them full marks for that. There's some things I really like about it. The no auto quals, fantastic. Like been begging for that forever. Think that's really good. Basically, they have eliminated the problem that we've been saying from the beginning about uneven courses. I still find it a little insulting to the intelligence that they constantly tried to convince us, no, they're all the same, but whatever. It's in the past. We'll move on. It's honestly, there's not a lot of problems with the system. It's harder to poke holes in it, but for me, I will say, I guess, obviously it's complicated. There's quite a bit of math. It's not going to be very instinctive for a lot of people, but doesn't really have to be either, as long as they're doing the job right. I do think,
and I will say, Dave, to that point, I mean, the thing that I've been thinking about over and over again is it's not going to be immediately intuitive how many points everybody gets.
No,
we're always going to know what number one gets, but then we're going to have to wait for someone or get real good at math to tell us what everybody else is getting.
1 and 2, you'll know 1 and 2.
Why will I know 2?
Because 1 gets like on a regular race gets 105, 2 gets 100, and then
third through 8th, it's percentages.
Percent of winner.
Oh, 2 is not percentage.
No, 2 is 100 points, and then your percent. So your percent of winner for the winner. So there is still some loopholes. Like I think there's ways. I mean, we're seeing some stuff where some people who've run really good times, they won't count because they were 9th or worse, compared to some people who didn't run great times but were ahead. It's a little bit off. I still think that people in APAC region have a massive advantage now. If you can get a few, 5 local races in there. I think the biggest issue for me is like when they say 5 races isn't that much, because a lot of the elites are doing 5 races anyway. That's true. But if you're in that back half of the Elite 15, you're not going to be doing 5 races. I think you're going to be doing a lot more, because what you're scoring at the majors isn't going to be high enough to keep you in the majors. So you're going to have to go off and win some regular local races, which means you could be doing up to 10. Right. So that's where I think it's a lot of races. And that's probably my biggest gripe with it, is that
so I think there are some intended consequences of this system that they're not talking about. Do you think that there is an intended consequence to disproportionately reward the athletes who are currently part of the Elite 15 that are regularly winning?
I don't know.
We continue with storylines that we know, so that we know these people and we root for them.
I don't know if that's an intended consequence. I think it will happen.
Yeah, I think it is a consequence, and I don't think they're mad about it.
I don't know if it's an intended one or not. I think that it is a case of the rich will get richer. And it comes down to priorities. And if your priority is to make sure we got the best top 5 and the right top 5, they're probably going to nail it. For me, I like to think that they're going to have the best, like the proper top 15 going to Worlds. And that to me is what I like to think is most important. And I like an underdog. I like seeing the back half of the pack. I like watching the whole race. So, I mean, I still maintain that the simplistic system that I like is more appropriate, but they have zero interest in going that way. So that not being available, this, like I said, is well thought out. It will work. It's just, and Anthony will love this. It's engineered.
It is. You can tell. He was on the committee, right?
Well, yeah. This is what I want to get to. This is one thing that. Can you guys hear me? Okay, by the way.
Yep.
Yes.
I thought it dropped out. One of the things that Dave and I said when we talked was, I said, what's an easier way to make the system? And you said, well, it's certainly not the easiest system, but it's the most engineered system.
Yeah.
And the problem is, which I've now learned, I had a chat with Anthony. Thank you so much, Anthony, for we actually got on the phone today. I know he squeezed me in between other real job calls.
Busy man.
Yeah.
Here's how they could have done it based on the conversation with Anthony today. Here's how they could have done it. Here's our new system. Here's how you get those points. In the extremely rare chance that there's any sort of tie, we've devised a very complicated system to break it, and we can let you know about that if we need to. Other than that, here's how it works for 1st through 8th, period. Then we're not talking about ghost points, which we shouldn't be talking about. Because the conversation I had with Anthony was, I said, how often do you think this is going to happen? Because I didn't know if it was like once every time, 4th, 8th, 8th, whatever. He said, never. I said, never? He goes, 1 in a million. But we need
the tiebreaker?
Yes. Because of the exact thing that Dave just said, which we've kind of stepped over. It's not 110, 105, 97. It's 110, 105, percentage of seconds behind. So that did its job already. This cascading points thing, other than the top 2, which again, like that, we already know those people are going to be in anyway. So that would have been how I devised it. That's all they had to say. Like, if you ask about ties, by the way, the system is designed to not have ties, but if in the infinitesimal small chance it happens, we've got a complicated math thing. We'll get to it if we need to. End of story.
I'm okay with that as long as they had it posted and published somewhere.
Yeah, and it's in the Zendesk somewhere. But here's what I now understand. Here's what I now understand it to be. Okay. I was conflating 2 things, which even in just reading it now, about to explain it to you, I got them conflated again. So I'm going to just read the lines, and you guys stay with me, okay?
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like 3 sentences. Again, thanks to my friend Chat. Like, I had a conversation with Anthony, and then I put anyway, you ready?
Yes.
Each athlete okay, brings strength of field points. I'm calling them strength of field points, which Anthony, by the way, liked.
No, I have better. No, sorry.
How about carry-in points?
How about seed points?
Okay.
How about sleeper points? How about dormant points?
Dormant.
Each athlete brings dormant points into a race based on their best 5 results within the previous 365 days, regardless. Okay? Just that race. Just that race. We all bring in points based on our previous 5 races. Right?
Right.
In the 365. So tomorrow it's different than it was today, right?
Yes.
And eventually they will catch up to each other and be at the same spot.
Those strength of field points are based on the current point system that we just developed, right?
Yep.
Right.
Part 3, all athlete strength of field points are summed at the race to determine that race's overall strength of field. Okay? The 3 of us all have points from our previous 5 races. We're getting points on those races using the current system, but for these past 5 races. Okay, that's so point 4, the strength of field value is now locked in at that race and will never change. So,
okay, that makes sense.
So everybody that showed up and finished, right?
Yep.
At HYROX Anaheim, that strength of field was 1,826. It's always going to be that.
Yep.
Yes.
Always.
That is the value for, and so for instance, those London races where literally the top 9 are coming in within 10, 15 seconds of each other. Like it's that strong. Like that is going to be a vastly different point scheme for that race than it was for Anaheim.
But we're doing all of this. We're doing all those things just to get to establish a tie break that I now learned is never going to happen anyway.
There is no way that Matlock could have done that little slick video. Did you notice on the video they even had like industrial sounds, like they were working on stuff? Like it was slick. It was really nice, right? So he does this.
I'll be honest, I didn't watch that. I just listened to Matt and Anthony.
Yeah, it's great. And so so there is no way he could have explained this system and left what if there's a tiebreaker off. Yeah. Everybody would have blown up. They would have
Cheryl,
had to explain it.
Cheryl. At the very end, are you asking about ties? Well, we have a system for that. It's extremely complicated. Go to our website and look it up, but we're pretty sure it's not going to happen. End of story. Why do you need to describe it? Why do you need to spend half of a point system video about a thing that's not going to happen?
But is that why they did the 2 videos? They had a short one and then a long one?
Yes, they had a short one and a long one.
And the long one was actually more just geared toward the elites and giving them things like you better pick a passport and don't toggle back and forth and that sort of thing.
There's no need. There's no listen.
This is very
personal for me because I've fucking been texting everybody and blowing my brains out. And again, I have to read those 4 sentences in order to have it make sense to me. Because I kept thinking, how are you getting to the start line with ghost points when the ghost points are based on races that happen in the that haven't happened anyway? Like it was really fucking me up. So when I read those 4 sentences in order, it makes sense to me. And again, if it's not going to happen, you don't need to explain it. We've developed a system. That's all you need to know. Why are you saying no? I will fight you to the death on this, Cheryl.
Because I never like it when somebody explains something to me and I have a question and they say, trust me, it's fine.
I didn't say trust me, it's fine. I said we've got it.
What you're saying is, we know we've got this. Don't worry. Okay, I want to know.
Cheryl, here are 2 sentences. 1, trust me, don't worry about it. It's covered. 2, trust me, here's where you go to learn about it if you really want to know what I just talked about.
Yeah, I mean, look, it took him 30 seconds to explain it to me. I understood it.
No, you did not understand it. You can't tell me you understood it.
I still think that you are spending far too much time worried about the tiebreaker system instead of what those ghost points, the dormant points, really are for. And the dormant points are for who's going to qualify for the majors, what points they are currently stacking that is going to put them in a position to qualify for majors. That is already happening. The races that went on last weekend, the races that have gone on since September, the race that will go on in Phoenix, all of those points are going to matter. Those are the dormant ghost points.
If you say ghost one more time, I swear to God.
Okay, I'm going to say dormant points then, because that's what they are. They are dormant
like. By the way, this is actually really good, Cheryl. You and I agree way too much. This is good for us to disagree once in a while.
I'm kicking back.
Dave, I want to know what I want you to tell me that I'm right.
Well, I look at it this way. So for me, I like to know the system too, right? Because
but you would have been satisfied with what I suggested, and then you would have done your own homework. And Cheryl's like, no, I don't want to do my own homework.
As long as I can see the system. For me, as long as there's that accountability, I'm with Cheryl where it's like, trust me. No, I don't ever want to hear trust me. That's fucking bullshit. I want to hear, I want to say this is the system. I can go look at it. Yeah. Yes, you don't have to give me an hour-long video like him and Anthony did where they explain it, because like Matt, not everybody wants that.
Right.
But you don't have to watch that video either. So it becomes kind of, I think it's okay that they brought it out, but I think it's more important that it's written down somewhere and you can access it at any time.
So
that to me is the most important part.
So it seems like the idea of the rich get richer has been the argument since day one, right? Mm-hmm. This favors people who are already there, auto qualifiers, and it was floated out there that, oh, they're doing this on purpose because it's easier for them to sell it to sponsors, which if you wanted to make that argument a few years ago, I guess you could. And I always say you don't need to force that, because sports is its own thing. You have favorites, you have underdogs, you have surprises. But let's say they did do that originally. There's certainly no need to do that now. There's certainly no need to force a leaderboard to, like, the sport is big enough that it matters. Here's something Anthony said to me on the call today, which I really liked. And that was, we didn't need it to be this complicated before because the fields weren't even deep enough. We did need deeper and deeper fields and more races for this to actually matter. Because if you just did, you see what I'm saying? Like, sorry, Jack Bauer. So Jack Bauer had this system in Spartan, and he was like, oh, here, these people are 90, these people are 100, these people are 97 to 99, these people are 95 to 93. It's like, no, the field isn't that deep. There's a tier one, and there's people under that, and then there's a third tier. You don't need to like fraction it that much. But in here now we do, because if you saw what I just posted, we've got people going in the third wave, right, that are Elite 15. So they clearly need it.
But with Jack's system back in the days of Spartan, where it would have applied properly is because it was a series. So it was a way to award points for each race across the series. So if you had done that percent of winner, rather than just a standard, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, whatever for the placing, that made the effort level more. So if like Lindsay went out there and blew everybody away, she shouldn't only get one more point than the person behind her. So it was a system to account for series points. So that's where it made sense for that.
That part, but the part about how he rated athletes didn't make sense to me. And I told him, I said, I don't know why you have A+, A, and A-. You basically have A+, A, and everybody else, like, or BC-ish athletes. Anyway, but Jack, like Anthony, wants to over-engineer. So that's what they did, right? Like they want to do it in a way, not that we would do it.
Their brains understand it, right?
Their brains, again, yeah. And I don't want to speak poorly of Anthony because he went. And by the way, I'm sure he's being hit up by everybody in the whole community. And so thank you again, Anthony, for taking the time.
He did a great job.
Yeah.
The thing is I'm not finding anybody that has a really large complaint about any of this. I mean, to roll out an entirely new system, sure, people are kind of nitpicking and talking about little things, but nobody's got a real complaint about it. It is really well thought out. And yes, it's made by people who math is their life and they understand this kind of stuff, and the rest of us kind of don't. So
if anybody is familiar with the quarterback rating, it is a similar kind of nonsensical number that if you watch a fascinating video by Peyton Manning, they talk about when they designed it, it was like a different sport. And so so that they kept trying to apply it. Now it doesn't make sense, but it was people who think a certain way. So again, you're saying, when you said, Cheryl, we're not focusing enough that it affected races that already happened. I mean, they're all being applied equally, right? It's yes. 365 backwards. So were you saying that they're not divided, that it's not fair?
No, I just, whenever we talk about this, you are, in my opinion, inordinately focused on the strength of field aspect of this.
I am.
Yes. So, I mean, look, even in chat, like you're using strength of field for all sorts of terms. And, so that's what I had said to you when we talked on Saturday, when I said, hey, I don't see it the way you see it, right? That I said, I think you're conflating these ghost points. I'm going to call them dormant points because that's what they are for me, is they are waiting for their chance to be important. And right now they currently aren't.
What's a more powerful to say dormant though? Dormant sounds
zombie.
Passive zombie points. I like
waiting to rise from the grave.
Yeah, my husband and I like
they're like the White Walkers.
Seed points. We like seed points.
Seed points.
You're planting seeds, right? Like it's eventually going to be something super useful, but right now it's not. So you're just planting seeds. And so here these guys are, and they're all and I will say, I mean, we'll get to who's running the major right this weekend. But the thing that really struck me was huge mistake, you guys who have already qualified for Worlds, for not coming and running this major, because you're missing out on good points. Like you will get significant points if you run in a major as compared to a regular pro race, right? And so that's the new system, right? Is that you need to plant those seeds. What's that?
If you've already qualified for Worlds, that doesn't matter.
In this system, no. But in the next system, you want points.
But if you've already qualified, like the guys right now, right? Let's say the system was in place now, and who's not coming? Who's not doing this race? Tim and Hunter, right?
Right.
So they've already qualified for Worlds, so the points don't mean shit to them anymore until the following year.
Exactly. Why wouldn't you get the points for this major?
Every chance you can, try to get those top tier points.
So that by July 1st, you have major points instead of pro race points.
Yep, I get that. Now, for all of this stuff, and like we said, Matt, it only comes into play for tiebreakers. That's all it comes into play for.
No,
just winning the race. She's saying if you win the race, you get a nice fat 110, or what is it? What is the
bonus? Yeah. I thought it was 110 for majors, 105 for regular race, 115.
Which is why you're going to need it though, because your competition is also going to win 2 majors and 2 locals or whatever. So you want to have
that might be something I might not understand. So
right,
the local races can be bumped up to a major point level.
No. If you ran, say, Anaheim in December,
correct.
The most points you get is 105 points.
Correct.
If you run a major,
I can get 110.
Yes.
And if I run Worlds, I can get 115.
Right. So they're saying why pass any chance up to get the most points you can, because it's going to matter.
Yes. Running in a major is going to get you more points than running in a regular pro race.
Yes, but at the same time, there's more risk for that reward.
Because you may not place as high.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
anyway. So that's why it's all analyzing risk reward, right? Either way. Like for somebody like Tim can say, yeah, I could go over there and run that major. That's a really stacked field. I could come anywhere from 1st to 7th, depending on my day.
Right.
Or I could just sit at home, run this local one, collect my 105 because I know 200 is going to get me in.
Well, and that's why I suspect strongly that another intended consequence of this is to spread the elites throughout the regular races so that we have more exposure to elites than we have.
And like I said, the back half for sure is going to have to run more because they might not get enough points from the majors. As soon as you're out of that guaranteed 500, like if you that 1-2 spot, if you're under 500, you're in danger. So that's why if you're sitting there and you've got a couple of wins and went to a couple of majors and you're at like 480, you're going to have to go and peg some more races. So you're going to be running more than 5 because you have to go and get another one to ding yourself up there.
Right. But it just seems like, I mean, by your logic, say with Tim not running this major, he's going to show up in, I don't know, some random German race.
Oh, probably.
Right. And so I just think I'm going to, all of a sudden people are talking about coming to Las Vegas when they weren't. Mm-hmm. Right. Like Phoenix was everybody's focus and then nobody was going to come to Las Vegas. And all of a sudden people are signing up for Las Vegas. And I think it's because of this. Mm-hmm. And I'm personally really happy about that. I think to have more opportunities to watch the elites is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. And when I go back to that tiebreaker thing, when we go back, I mean, I told Matt this, and I mean, I haven't talked to Anthony or whatever, but realistically, the only spot it really affects is number 15. Like the rest of it, the tiebreaker doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it
you guys
matters.
care way more about the tiebreaker than I do.
Yeah, that's what, no. What I'm saying is I don't. Is it only matters for that one
Well,
spot, and what time you walk through, what number you walk through the thing and get your name announced.
Right.
Well, one of the things we've talked about is what does this do for the new person, right? We were always saying like, what about the new person, and like, how do they even know how to get there?
Way harder.
So,
Yes.
well, and like someone like Bell, right, was like, well, wait a minute, how am I supposed to compete with these people who ran, a Berlin time and a London time or whatever? But now they've changed that or whatever. But just today, there was a comment from one Ryan Callahan, who is currently 18th on the HYROX DC list, right? All Americans competing for the regional, right? So very likely to get a drop down, who does not in fact have a license, because how is he supposed to know? He wrote on my post today, awesome that they didn't maintain this insane 10 October 22nd retroactive rule. But as someone who knew to the sport, I didn't get the email to quote unquote elite athletes, and didn't follow this or similar accounts until now. I just read the rules in October and signed up for Anaheim and Vancouver, and only found out about this mid-season rule change when my friends sent me this post this week. Anything I can do?
Grieve. That's rough. It really is. Yeah. Because there is no, like, you don't go on the HYROX website and there's no, do you want to be an elite? Then, click here and we'll show you, the process. Like, there's nothing. You just have to kind of have that
I think it is
knowledge.
now. I think they now have a complete page called elites.hyrox.com that has the whole system. But that wasn't before. And this was, in fact, a mid-season rule change.
I would not have known to click on that. They need to have something on the main page so that people even know to click on it, because I wouldn't have known that.
So I the answer, sir, is you're probably screwed, because if he wrote in and they tried to make an exception, he'd say, why would they make an exception for you when there's other people? Because there aren't. Because the first I thought, well, are his times even valid, right? And then I looked, and his times are not valid for the regular majors. He's not even in the top 40. But for the North American major, he is. He's, like I said, he's 18th right now, and he's about to race again. So hopefully he got his license now for Phoenix.
Well, that's what I'm thinking is, you better have your pro card now and then hope for a roll down, right? Or do really well in Phoenix and go to Vegas. Unless that may not matter for the regional, actually. But Phoenix will.
Would we like to start? Do you want to talk about warm location, cool venue?
Well, wait, there was one more thing. The other thing you did, how this affects teams.
Oh, doubles,
sorry. And the fact that doubles have to be from the same nation now.
Right. We are on the record as saying we hate that rule. At least I am.
Yeah.
Who doesn't hate that rule?
HYROX.
Do you think Davis just an Olympic thing?
Yeah, I do.
We're never going to know who's the fastest doubles team now.
No. And it's just, they're not there. There's teams that I really like that we're losing, and, Tim and Alex gone, Rich Leo gone, Chris Rogolowski and Katie Simonson gone,
not forever.
Maybe not forever. Maybe another 5 years or so. Maybe we'll have our import done. But it's just, I don't think that they're there. I think they're having a hard enough time filling up that doubles field right now, and that this is going to make it more difficult. And if not difficult, a watered down talent.
Yeah, that was a 2 or 3 years too soon move. That was not necessary at all.
Yeah, and I think it just will make a watered down talent pool by fact. Just those teams we listed that are gone right now. Yeah, I don't think it'll be as good.
It's too bad.
And I like I'm a fan of the doubles.
Right. And I have complained, and I complained on the podcast with Chris that I do as a fan get frustrated with just all the different iterations of some of these doubles teams, right? Like, that's kind of frustrating to me. And so my initial first thought was, at least that'll clean that up. But it isn't the right solution. I would agree with you. It is too bad that they can't just have a doubles team apply for a pro card. Like
Yeah.
whatever doubles team it is,
This
apply
is the
for the
team.
card, and that's who you are, right? And then
This is my ride or die for the year.
yeah, exactly. Problem solved. We've got our team for that year. You know, anyway.
Save injury substitution. I'm okay with injury substitution.
Well, of course you are. You can't say anything other than that.
That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like to see that. I don't see the benefit. Put it this: when people make new rules and everything, the first question I ask is, what is the benefit? And I do not see the benefit on this one, short of trying to make it look like Olympics, which, for the record, will never fucking happen. Anyway. So yeah, and then Dawson Miller pointed out too that there is a scenario, because in the way the point system works, if people ahead of you are not eligible, say they don't have a pro card or they're not an eligible team, you don't automatically bump up. You're still down there. So if a team that is eligible comes fourth, and the 3 teams ahead of them are not eligible teams, they still get the 4th place points.
Really?
So theoretically, and like Dawson put it, is you can almost put a block on people.
You can just run around ruining people's days.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's
like
odd.
if let's say Dawson and Marcus were trying to get a good point turnout, and then Tim and Alex show up and say, hey, we just want to run together, and stuff like that, right? That seriously affects their thing, so they could kind of get blocked on that. And that's another, even in the solo thing, that happens in the solo event as well.
That if the first place doesn't have a pro card, you're still second.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, it's not as likely to be a problem in the solo, but it could legitimately come up in the doubles, and especially when you're on 3 races. So I don't know.
Would you like to know what chat says about, should I try to fake my passport in order to have the same partner in doubles?
I'm going to say chat should say no.
Well, chat actually says I can't talk at all because chat's super woke. So I went to Grok. Grok does not give a fuck. But Grok did have good advice. Like, chat won't even have the conversation with you because they're like, we can't tell you that. That's not legal. But Grok says, they just used a great phrase and I can't find it. Faking a passport for HYROX doubles is like using a rocket launcher to kill a fly. Technically possible with enormous resources, but insanely disproportionate, easy detectable, and carries life-ruining criminal penalties for a fitness event.
They're gonna have to start paying more.
Rocket launcher to kill a fly. I'm sure Grok wasn't the first to make that up, but anyway, that's just for if you're trying to even make theoretical questions about the law. Chat's not even going to talk to you. All right, so we can move on now, right?
Sure.
Okay. Would we like to go? I think we should get into the elite fields because it's going to take a while, I think. So we should probably get that done. Yeah. So if you pull up, I do have an article already because I worked hard on this the other day. So I want to bring it up. Hybridfitnessmedia.com, your source for all things hybrid fitness and media. That's not true. That's not our tagline. We're going to start with the men. Are you ready to discuss? Actually, we can just go to a post. Go to my website to learn how they all got there and roll downs and all that fun stuff. Let's just go to the post. It's going to be easier to read.
All right.
Doubles, by the way, we still don't know.
I hate that. Like, they know who the teams are. Fucking post them.
Right.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of different Instagram people like Rox Life, yourself, UKHXR. But I know they don't know me. HYROX, tell these people let them post them. Like, you want to grow the teams too, right now. That the teams is like that, that middle child that no one pays any attention to,
An afterthought.
Yeah.
When was the last major, by the way? How many weeks has it been?
I know it was in Melbourne. That's all I got.
Is it early December? So
Sure.
it's been maybe 5-6 weeks.
Feels like a long time.
Yes. We had the holidays through it, which makes a difference.
It feels like it's been an awful long time. Okay, well, this doesn't read very well. This is horrible. The way this reads, because the light.
Mm.
I mean, I guess we'll just go quickly down in order. JK, Ronkovic, Jonathan Wynn, Dylan Scott, Emilio Aguayo, Sean Noble, Thomas Tverdick, Rich Ryan, Cole Learn, Luke Greer, Josh Van Zeelen, Charlie Botterill, Louis Osseler, Alan Pluge, Bo Wills. Already qualified. Ronkovic, Dylan, and Charlie. Wait a minute, that's not right. JK hasn't qualified?
He has
That's
not
right.
qualified.
Yep.
Again, I should read my own article. My article
Yes.
says men already qualified from the first two majors. Ronkovic, Scott, Hitty, Tim Vinish, Hunter, Charlie.
Yep.
And Hitty, Tim, and Hunter are not here, so we only have 3 qualified.
Wow.
3 people in Plum, Matt.
3 people. Oh, right. Everyone else is in black.
Yes.
So if you make, so if any of those guys make the podium, we go to the next one.
Yeah. You could go down as far as 6th place.
Right. So who's in shape? Who looks good? Who do we like? I'm looking at this and I'm like, I have no idea. I've been too focused on the fucking point system.
So of that, I mean, you got to think JK is primed to go. Like, you know, he would have been favored to qualify in the first major, and now we're on to the third one.
I want to say, wasn't he like 6th in the first one, 4th in the second one?
Yeah. So I would have JK as one of the favorites to qualify. And I mean, just personally, from watching Cole learn and seeing what he's done lately, I think Cole will actually pull out a qual spot here.
Cole?
Yep.
Okay.
He's ridiculously fit and is getting better every time. And I know that he just did some workouts where he hit markers that he's never hit before.
But those don't count. We don't count sims. Come on, man.
That's not a sim. It's a marker, like a benchmark workout. They all do them on the way in.
Right.
Everybody.
But I don't count them for anything. It's like giving weight to a sim.
No. They're not even sims. It's just it's a fitness marker.
Okay. What does that mean?
And he's fit.
It's like your Karen time or something,
Yeah.
right? Like you're seeing kind of where you're at.
Don't call me a fucking Karen.
Don't earn the name, man.
Get out of my yard. Okay.
Yeah,
Fine.
so I do think Cole can come in and throw the other one. Here's the thing. I would like to pick Rich because I think he's probably the one on this list with the highest top end. But I'm concerned. I know he's had some nagging stuff going on and obviously big life change. So I might give the nod to Sean Noble. But again, I hear he might be a little injured too. So I think those two would fight it out.
Yeah, I as a man who follows the sport, I know very little about is it Lewis or Louis? Sorry, please correct me.
Mm-hmm.
I know very little about Emilio. I don't know a lot about Luke.
Luke is a terrifying runner.
Yeah, I think we're primed. I think Ronk will smash, Dylan will smash, right? So I think those guys are probably 1, 2 in some order. And
I
then
I got Dylan picked to win.
And then JK probably due for a solid race. So then you're looking at 4th, 5th gets you in. And I mean, just at first glance, I would say Sean and Rich, but Sean, Rich, Cole, those are definitely like
It's a dogfight.
All potential top ends, as you say.
Yep. It's a dogfight. So it's really going to come down to who has the day.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, the problem is we don't know everyone on this list, right? And so they're not probably getting the kind of recognition that they deserve for being on this list. And I always love to see a good story. Like I would love to see one of these guys who I've never really paid a lot of attention to just surprise us all. That's always my favorite thing.
If you look at time qualifiers, the difference is between Sean and Lewis, which is, what is that, 9 men?
Yeah.
It's like 20 seconds in fastest race ever.
Yeah, and it's
40,
different
54,
venues.
54-55 to 55-14. So that means really any one of those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's not forget Thomas DeVerdick. I mean, he's like been there always. He's always getting in. He's always there.
Yeah, he's got a faster time than Rich if we care about times.
Yeah.
I tend to operate more on hope than expectation. I am hoping Dylan wins, and I think he will. Like, I think there's if I was a betting person, I would put my money on Dylan. I wouldn't be surprised if he and Alex are at wall balls together like they were before, because they're both so good. And I think Cole Earn is a monster. He's an absolute monster, and I expect him to perform. I think that he is fully confident that he can do this, and I think it's going to go very well for him. And then I think everybody else is going to be in a lot of pain because they're all going to be working. It's going to be too close.
I think you'll see Cole and Rich both be the ones that slow play the start.
Yep.
And so I think this is the thing, is I don't think Dylan and Alex will be able to blow them up like some of the other guys that might try to go with Dylan and Alex. I think Cole and Rich are so dialed into their particular style of strategy that they won't get blown up.
And the other thing I think we have to talk about is a penalty has kind of become the norm in deciding these things, for better or for worse, right? Like,
right.
Like, we know judging was not great before. Maybe they've swung too far when it comes to lunges and burpees now. Maybe they've swung too far, but very easily could decide anywhere between 1 through 6, right? Very like doubles almost guarantee and singles a pretty good chance, right? Is that an overstatement, Dave, or no?
Well, yeah, I think the penalties, and even if the penalties don't come into play like that, the fear of getting them.
Exactly.
Rich say multiple occasions that he's slowed himself down greatly and like called over other judges just to make sure he's solid. I mean, that kind of thing in your head could be what costs you if it comes down to seconds.
Right.
I mean, so let's just say hypothetically, if I'm Charlie and I'm already in, maybe I try to take some chances on my BBJs that don't get called. And if they do, then I take my warning, right? Like the first serve in tennis. And if not, then I just kind of keep plugging along. Because remember, there's still money to be won whether you qualified or not.
Yep. Yeah.
But a guy like Rich is super cautious, and it makes you considerably slower on those things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it definitely could come into play. It's huge.
With the world watching, Chapter 3, Valley of the Sun. Phoenix, are you ready? Now, do you remember we came up with the phrases for the various cities with Deca? Is anyone calling Phoenix the Valley of the Sun?
Everyone does.
Dave.
In Canada, that's what we say it is.
Dave, do you Dave, a most important question that we almost forgot. Dave, you remember the last time you played Twister?
Hold on. Knocked over a microphone.
I thought you were checking your schedule.
Yeah.
No, but I have done it as a mature teen.
Okay.
So that would have been the last time.
I don't know what that
with
means.
Girls?
Like Naked Twister?
No, not quite.
I wasn't even thinking that when I mentioned it. I have a theory that no one's played it, but Cheryl was like, we totally played it.
That's what I said. I have played it.
You have a memory of do you know the last time you played it?
It's well etched in there.
Okay. All right. So I'm still not going to count that.
What do you mean you're not going to? How do you not count?
I wasn't talking sexy Twister. I'm talking like a regular Twister.
I remember. So for verification too, I remember kids in school playing it too. Indoor recess days when weather's bad, it's too snowy. I remember them breaking out Twisters.
Okay. All right.
Yet I still think the other one counts.
All right. Well, Cheryl has distinct memory. My remembrance is that I know many houses where I saw the boxes. There's Parcheesi, there's Battleship, there's Checkers, there's Monopoly, but the Twister never got pulled out. It just was, oh, Twister, I see it, but nobody actually played it. That was my theory.
It's good in theory. It's not a good game. Like, it works for the first 3 or 4 moves, and then it stops working really quickly.
Yeah.
So that's why it never gets pulled out. If you want to have like a decent time, then you don't use Twister because it lasts like, less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, where those other games you could play for hours.
Yes.
Or get frustrated and flip the table over, flip the pieces over.
That's risk and Monopoly.
What about Parcheesi?
I don't think I've played Parcheesi.
What about backgammon?
I've never played that.
What about Chutes and Ladders?
Isn't it Snakes
That's a good
and Ladders?
one.
Snakes and Ladders? That's what you guys had?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Snakes and Ladders.
Yeah.
Hey Siri, what's Snakes and Ladders?
Here's some info about Snakes and Ladders.
Oh, it just opened the Wikipedia game. Yeah, Snakes and Ladders is a board game for 2 more players, regarded today as a worldwide classic. But Chutes and Ladders is like a kid's game. Anyway, let's get back to this.
Okay.
Most important question, Cheryl, other than have you ever played Twister? What time will the men be starting?
9 p.m.
9 p.m. Which time zone?
Mountain Standard Time.
So for those of us traveling from the east, that's 11 p.m. If you're in England, it's the middle of the night. If it's Australia, it's 7 a.m. the next day. I'm going to have to take at least a nap. It might be a 2-nap day for me to watch this race.
Who's that time zone good for?
Great question.
0 people. It makes absolutely
like,
no sense to me.
Yeah. No, are they having they're not having other races on Thursday, right? It's just the elites.
They are
in their own separate area.
No, they are having other races.
Oh, okay.
But again, I still don't see why that's humane at all. I mean, I understand that they want to be able to make it a show, but it's not a show if it's 9 p.m. I think it's really quite cruel. The women are at 7:15, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. I would go earlier. I mean, prime time, you look at any other sport, right? You always try to shoot for that, like, just after dinner kind of deal.
Yeah. So the majority of the world isn't even going to be able to watch it. I guess Australia will, but the UK, East Coast, middle of the night.
Right. Their biggest audiences, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very odd.
All right. Moving along.
It's the ladies.
To the ladies. We've got Linda, your current world champ. Lauren Weeks, your 3-time champ. Joanna Rittrick, who's won
major winner.
Book back-to-back major women. Good call. Vivian, third place in major number 1.
No, second place.
Emily Dahman, Sika Arning, Jess Petro, who qualified in the first or the second one?
I believe second.
Melbourne.
Melanie Maurer, Gabby, a.k.a. GNB. That's what I call her. Lena, Manuel Garcia, Ellie Stenfors, Charlie, is it Searle?
Looks like it.
The other Gabby Moriarty, and Lauren Stockley. So, oops, did I lose it? Did I just close it by mistake? Yes, I sure did. Where'd it go? Hello.
Gabby. I love the Moriarty name. It's like, she's got it. If I had the name Moriarty, I would totally be a doctor.
Dr. Dave Moriarty?
Yeah, like from Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, it's almost required.
Yeah. All right, Lauren or Cheryl, roll with it.
I think that Lauren Weeks has been working on her sleds, and I think she's going to come win this. I remember being in Manchester, watching her winning, and knowing that farmer carry was a weakness of hers and thinking, okay, this is where she's going to get past. And she had worked on it. She knows what she's doing. She has enough wisdom that she's not going to come here without having gotten some stuff done. So I think Lauren's going to do really well. I think Joanna just does great every time. So I'd pick Lauren, Joanna, and Vivian. I'd pick the 3 already qualified to probably come in.
Can I ask a quick question?
Okay.
Again, my memory is fading. Is Meg not qualified, or is Meg qualified but injured?
No, she is not qualified.
Because she doesn't have 2 fast times within the last year.
So she has 2 fast times, and she qualified for this major, but she is currently injured, and so therefore is not going to race. And I will say,
you just said she wasn't qualified.
Well, she's qualified to be in this major, but she's not qualified for Worlds. I thought that's what you were talking about. So yeah, she could have come.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
so
ready.
She is qualified.
I was ready to bring the popcorn and watch her obliterate this field. I actually thought she would be highly motivated to do that and be able to.
Right, because she's like, everybody's forgetting about me.
Yes.
Let me drop
Yes.
the fucking hammer.
It's going to be a show. I fully expected it. And I'm really disappointed that she's not going to come do that. I thought on American soil, that she could wear that American flag headband like she used to, and just.
I mean, we still haven't seen those 3 together, Joanna, Lauren, and Meg.
Nope. I'd really like to see that. And so I was really disappointed when she's not showing up in this field. This field is, again, a lot of people I don't know a ton about. And so it's tough. And so of course, I'm going to lean on the people that I'm used to. But I also think that, Vivian's been amazing lately. And I do think that Lauren's worked on her sleds and she's going to fix them. And I don't think Joanna can ever be beat. So those are my 3.
Vivian is right in the mix with all of them.
All the time,
she
right?
proved that the last one. She's right in there. She's at another level compared to where she was. And I mean, I used to say it all the time that like Vivian's great now, but next year Vivian's going to even be more of a monster. And she kept doing it. She kept doing it. I think she's there now. She's a threat. Like if anyone is a threat to unseat Lauren and Joanna, Vivian is legit. If she has the race, she can do it.
I'm going to lose my mind if she wins.
Vivian races the least, right? Of all those top 4 women.
Yes.
Yeah. I think she posted something where she wasn't terribly thrilled with the new system.
Well, yeah, she's got a job that doesn't let her out much. And so it's really going to be tough on her.
Yeah. So hopefully that takes care of itself. But I've always had such huge respect for Vivian and what she does. She's just an amazing athlete. And it's very hard to argue that podium.
Well, I love where we're at, right? Because it used to be like, okay, so-and-so is going to win. Now the battle's for 2nd and 3rd, or the battles for 3rd and 4th. So I love that we've got like, okay, those 4 all could take it. Linda, Lauren, Joanna, Vivian, like easily. Like that's not a stretch.
Yeah. And if Meg was there, obviously right in the mix.
Well, right. So I'm going to hold off on my prediction. I'll wait till we get there because I honestly can't even decide just looking at these. I do want to point out that like the men, we've got, as you said, women we haven't heard of necessarily. Don't add us if they're your best friends. But 4 from roll down, so that's a lot. Mm-hmm. Ellie, Charlie, Gabby, Moriarty, and Lauren Stockley. Ellie raced in Australia. The other 3, this is their first major. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, and their times are not bad either.
It would be so cool if one of them just surprised the heck out of us. I would love it.
Well, we've seen stuff happen, right? People end up like, especially with this many roll downs, right? Like those top, like you could have 4 women are in, so 5th, 6th, 7th could get in.
And I'm like, for me, I'm thinking, and it sounds very, I don't know what you want to call it, predictable, but Emily, Secca, Melanie just seem like the ones to make it
as the next.
Yeah. I mean, I think maybe Melanie and Lena have an incredible battle for that spot though.
Yep.
Yeah. So the difference, the women, the time qualifiers, the gap is much bigger. The fields are deeper than they were, but they're not as deep as the men. The difference is is in the time qualifiers is Vivian is a 59:07 and Lena is an hour and 56 seconds. Manuela Garcia Caparros is 101:11.
Yeah.
So that's like a 3 minutes versus, a minute. That's a big difference.
Yeah. It's huge. So,
and again, just, you hate to say it, and I didn't do the actual math, but I put this in the article, that every major, or almost every major, and every world championship starts with 15 and ends with 14. Like almost every time.
Yeah.
Both sexes. So somebody drops out, somebody goes out too hot, somebody's something. So again, it could be a top athlete, could be a bottom athlete, but it happens. So fascinating thought exercise I'd love to run by you guys. Everybody's guaranteed money, right?
Okay.
1 through 15. You don't finish, right? DNF or DQ, you don't get the money, right? Should that money be put back into a pool that gets paid out later? Because they did plan on giving it away.
You know what they could call it? They could
Don't
call
say
it ghost money.
Don't say ghost money.
seed money. They're building
It's
put it
seed
all in
money.
for a pizza party at the end of the year.
Right. But listen, that adds up, all that money.
It does.
And
does.
it should be somewhere on the HYROX P&L, right? It's an expense or a prepared expense.
Goes into a pot to pay for judges.
Listen, I think about these things. I'm not saying they should get it. If you don't finish, you shouldn't get it. I'm okay with that. I'm just saying we should add up all that money at the end of the year and put it somewhere. Maybe give it to the top.
You have to wonder if their accountants are accounting for that. If they're just assuming that they only have to usually pay 14.
Right. Well, I had to ask chat because, I had to know. And there was, I said, has this happened in other sports? And they said, yes, it's pretty normal. Nobody ever really makes a big deal about it because they're not a lunatic like you, Matt. But it does happen in other sports where they promise finishers and people don't finish or get DQ'd. Yeah. And there's a category in the P&L called, something that we were going to spend, but we ended up didn't expending. So they have to, right? They have to account for it.
Right.
But I think they should. You guys don't seem to care. I think they should.
It's true. I don't.
Send it to the young stars and have those kids start earning cash.
Jesus Christ. Get out of here with that. Send it to the young stars. Listen to you. Now you're really starting to start crap. So yeah, women's field, deeper at the top like we like, not as deep at the bottom. But listen, you make to the Elite 15, you're getting a kit. You're getting media day. Like they treat you nice.
Yeah.
It's a pretty special experience, which again, I want to give HYROX loads of credit for creating this system that, people really, really want to get in.
Yes. And it's pretty. I know Dave doesn't care about that, but it's very pretty.
Again, that's true. I don't care. Although my one what's it called? Exception to that rule is I do like the doubles teams to match.
Oh, okay. Because then you can follow them easier.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care if they look good. I just like them to match.
Matt and I are going to match. People are going to be able to see us.
Perfect.
Well, if you like to root for your countrymen, Lauren and Vivian are your choices here in America. That's it.
Yep.
I guess that's true, isn't it? Wow. Because it was Meg and Linda who were doing. You mean for the 15? Even for the top 15? You're right.
I'm saying, look at the top 15. There's not a lot of Americans.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was even thinking for doubles, we don't have a ton either. So.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at doubles.
It's not a bad thing to have our two Americans be Lauren and Vivian.
Certainly not. Certainly not. By the way, the doubles is the same times, just the next night. Very late.
Yes.
And you do have the Titanic battle on the women's doubles.
Which is what?
Joanna and Jess against Lauren and Vivian.
And last time Joanna and Jess Well, it wasn't Lauren and Vivian. It was Lauren and Lauren. Okay,
And
so this will be new. That will
this
be
is the first time they will have raced head to head, and Lauren and Vivian just came off setting the world record.
right. That'll be fun. And they're earlier, so I will probably be awake for that one.
Yeah, that is that might be actually for me the earmarked
race
viewing. Yeah, aside from watching Cole.
Yeah.
Because I think that would be good. I mean, the men's double is going to be great too, right? You got Rich and you got Rich Leo coming back out of retirement.
Yeah, I think everybody's rooting for them. I think
one last kick at the can.
Yeah. That's really too bad.
So but I think that women's one is just super special race. It's going to be very exciting.
I can bring up the doubles.
We can't hear you, Matt. There you go.
I can bring up the doubles that I know of if you'd like. Would you like to see them?
I would like to see that.
Quick reminder for everybody, by the way, nice fat payouts. 15 grand for first, 9,600 for second, 6,000 for third, 4,800 for fourth. So like pays for your trip even, right? And then some if you came from over.
Well, and look at Lauren Weeks, just like driving 4 hours, staying at a friend's. Like it's going to be so worth it.
Are you driving or flying, Cheryl?
I am driving.
Okay.
Then I can take all my stuff.
I like taking all my stuff too, but I don't drive unless it's 4 hours or less. So you're right on the cusp for me for this one.
Yeah, but look, it takes me, half hour, 45 minutes to get to the airport. You wait an hour and a half. You fly for, it's obviously quicker.
Don't get me started on this.
Okay.
Dave and I have had many conversations.
I am aware. Okay. Dave, you and me, we're driving.
That's right.
Road trip.
Well, I did get an electric car, which I thought would want to make me drive more.
Oh, that would make me want to do less.
And I've still not pulled the trigger on it. Like the furthest I've gone is to get my daughter from school, which is 3 hours. I'm telling you, it is nice. It doesn't feel like it. Like it's such a nice, quiet ride. You don't feel like it. You have to stop once to electric up, but I still have. Oh, like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like coming back, it's twice unless you charge like while you're, because when you leave it's 100 and then but no, it's quite nice. But and I thought maybe I'll drive like DC would be one that's like a possibility maybe, but probably not, because it's, you know what I mean? It's like 8, I think.
Yeah.
But again, I know Dave loves to get his gas guzzling diesel and drive.
I've got a diesel. Wish I did. That'd be great.
Do you watch Landman?
No, not yet.
Cheryl, do you watch Landman?
No, we've had this discussion, and we have both agreed that it's kind of terrible in some ways, but it's still worth watching, and so it's on my list.
Okay.
I will say for people who are coming to Phoenix, like any Europeans who ever come to the Western United States don't realize how huge it is, right? Like they think, oh, I'm flying into Las Vegas. We'll pop over to Los Angeles or we'll pop over to Phoenix. And it's never just pop over. It's huge, right? So a lot of us don't have electric cars because there literally isn't a way to charge them efficiently. Like you just have to drive too far to get anywhere.
Doesn't the car we got locked out of, isn't that an electric car?
No.
That's a gas car? By the way, I would say 5 years ago it was. I would say now they put those fucking things everywhere. It's hard to not find one.
Welcome to the center of Nevada, sir.
Dave,
easy.
Dave, you're another story, Dave. You're in a country that's about a century behind. But here in America,
like in the cities and stuff, and then along the major highways, you got them and stuff. But it's just, for me, I drive too far and plus, honestly, the real reason I don't do an electric car, it's just financially, it doesn't make sense.
Well, I would say it's probably the happiest purchase I've made. I think next to this thing, which I really love. But what was I saying? Yeah, Dave, you're a guy that every day has to drive 300 miles, so it's like it doesn't make sense for you at all. It makes sense for me. Bombing around town, I can not charge it for 4 days, like easily.
No, I know. For me, again, and it's the financial sense it doesn't make for me.
Right.
right? It just, not only the inconvenience of the charging for going long distance, but the financial sense, it isn't there yet. I think one day it will be, but it's not quite there yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like my kids go to school on the other side of town. So if you go there and back, that's like 15%. So if that's all I do for 4 straight days, it's like nothing. Yeah. And I have the thing at my house. So you just, and I thought there'd be a big surge in the power bill, but not. So anyway, if you're thinking about getting an electric car, send me a DM. I've been very happy. I did, by the way, speaking of purchases, I did, as I sent Cheryl, I did get rid of the big bed, which is no longer here. It just in my mind, it didn't do what I thought it was going to do.
It didn't bed?
Like I just space wise, like I just imagined it differently. First of all, it's a lower ceiling, right? So it just doesn't, it's super low ceiling. And like you think about like, oh, a desk goes under it, but not really. So anyway, we're going to go some kind of day bed or just a couch that pulls out.
You put a Murphy bed.
Again, looked into, but because this place is only so big, like a Murphy bed would work in like a big giant basement, but like it would take up like half the wall. Like it would stick out like half of it. But I know that Cheryl, you noticed the bed in the previous podcast, so it's no longer there.
Yes.
So Cheryl, you and I are racing this weekend.
I know. Are you excited?
And we just got our times. And I've put together my Strava looks like this for like training the last 6 months. So I'd say this is probably the best shape I've been in a while. But we're gonna find out. I'm more concerned with running faster than we've been running, and the stations will kind of work themselves out. That's kind of where I'm looking at it.
Agree.
You are there to set the pace, Cheryl. What pace are we going to run?
So we're going to shoot for around a 9-minute pace, 9 minutes per mile.
And last time we were like a 10-minute pace.
It was more like a 10-minute pace. And so I am trusting, because I've been watching you too, and I know you have posted some things that has given me confidence that you can probably hold that 9-minute pace. And
are they fitness markers? Are they fitness markers like Cole Learn has?
So you did some little mile time trials with Matt, and he had you doing some things that I noticed, and so I was able to glean information from that, because yes, you were basically doing that, a fitness marker, right? And so it's given me a lot of permission to help you try to do your best this time. I'm not worried about killing you this time.
Yeah, last time it was stay alive.
Yes.
I still am not like I'm not 1,000% like not, I don't want to say pain free, but like stuff when I have an intense workout day, I do still feel stuff like a little bit in my back, because I still like, I know my hinging still isn't where I want it to be. So heavy days, I like, oh, I'm a little tweaked right there. It's like, oh, because my form isn't great. But I think Matt and I are also learning, my coach, Matt Kemp, are learning like, oh, that might be too much load for me. Mm-hmm. Like, first of all, at least I'm smart enough to stop now. I used to not stop. Like, I'll just keep working out. Now I don't. If I feel it, I'm like, okay, we're not doing that last set today, for example. Mm-hmm. But even on the ski, like I'm better and I feel better. My time hasn't gotten much faster, but if I ski, like if it's a heavy ski day, then I kind of feel it in my back, and I know that's not where I'm supposed to be feeling it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, do you think, first of all, my question is, does it affect you when you're running? Like, are you noticing it when you run, like a tough run day?
No, the running isn't the problem. It's it's either towards the end of the workout or the next day, I'll kind of feel it. Again, not sharp, but like there.
Well, then that encourages me, because you probably won't feel it while we're racing, and I don't care what happens to you after. So it's going to be fine, right? I mean, all of us are like, oh, it'll hurt tomorrow, right?
Well, but there's a difference. Like I'm trying to like learn the difference. It's like when you're running, you know, the difference between soreness and that doesn't feel right. Mm-hmm. So that's where I am with muscle thresholds, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Right. Which is really smart, when you're working out, but I think during the race, I mean, we're just going to go for it. Right.
No, that's fine for sure. We will, we will in fact send it. That's fine.
Yes. Good.
I'm just letting you know kind of where I've been.
Well, I don't know if you remember,
when you and I raced, when I got done with the pull, I thought I was cooked.
That's what I was going to point that out.
And that's not going to happen this time. I'm not going to feel cooked after the pull.
Yeah. No, I have full confidence. We're going to improve our time greatly. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay. But your job is to push us and not take care of my feelings. Like, you have to push us.
I'm going to be asking you how you're feeling and if you can do more for sure.
Okay. But then you have to ask me probably again.
Look, we come out of that out arch and we get a chance to kind of get up to speed. And what is it? It's the out arch. And then right away we pass the in for the first time, right? So probably right past the in, I'm going to be saying, all right, how you doing? And then probably the next 2 times, I'm going to be asking you every lap if we can dial it in a little bit better. Because I ask myself that every time.
Yeah.
So it's going to be great.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm excited. And it's a good time, right?
So it's like 10:50 in the morning, which given how late you're going to have to stay up for the doubles, that's really going to help you.
But it's like, it's not 8:30. I don't have to get up at 6. We have time. We have breakfast. We have our stretch.
Yep.
Right.
Plenty of time to warm up, just kind of have it relax. I'm a little nervous about getting into the stadium. We'll have to find out how complicated that is, even with our clear bags. Yeah. So we will help. Hopefully the Hello Kitty bags help a lot, but I'm going to be gathering that information. I run Thursday. I am Dustin Needham's shakeout run. So we're doing that on Thursday.
Dustin, how many flags do you need? Damn it. How many yachts can you sail behind? How many flags can you get, Dustin?
He's racing with me, and then he's racing with Sarah Hernandez on Saturday with us. So he'll be there on Saturday.
Sarah Jr.?
So something like this, right?
Is that her Instagram, Sarah Jr.?
So yeah. So she's beautiful. And then he's racing 2 other races. Like, he's racing a singles and some other one. Anyway, he's ridiculous. And I think there is this tradition in the OCR community. And Dave, you were talking about this, I think, on your podcast, where when did we decide that it was okay to run like 3-4 races in a weekend? Like, that started with the Spartan trifecta thing, where everybody's stacking races. And now we're just all killing ourselves. But people like Dustin Needham, who is very fast and very sturdy, it works great for him. If he's going to be in Phoenix, he might as well run a bunch of races.
I mean, I just think like Dustin must make way more money than me.
What is he doing, right?
I think Dustin sells a lot of drugs.
Something's going on, but
you can't say that on a podcast. Dustin does not sell drugs. You can't say that.
Can you prove that Dustin does not sell drugs?
I can't prove that you don't sell drugs.
There you go. Well, I never said I didn't.
All of us sell drugs. It's the only way you can afford HYROX. Well, that or other ways. Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, no, he's incredible, and I get to be his just,
What do you think you'll be running? What do you think your paces will be with Dustin?
So he's great, and I don't know
7:30.
I don't. It's going to be around 7:30, around between 7:30 and 7:45 per mile, because that's what he already has sent me the plan. These are the paces he wants to run per kilometer, which for me, 7:30 pace, that ends up being like a 4:35K, right? So running that's about as fast as I can go and still hang on through the whole race. And then he has parsed out the stations, and we have it all. I'm going to memorize it before I go. He does this all the time.
Yeah, he's very analytical about his strategy. He does a great job with it.
Yeah, so I'm just he's the captain. He's the pilot. I'm the co-pilot. I'm going to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, you're the pilot. You're the pilot for us. We haven't talked about that in a while. You're definitely the pilot for us.
Yes.
What time are you racing with Dustin so I can watch you?
I'm racing at 1:30. We are the first wave.
On what time? What day?
Of mixed doubles on Thursday. Mixed doubles 1:30. Wait
a minute. When are you and I running?
We're running on Saturday at 10:50.
So I can't go to Proven. I can't go to the Proven at CrossFit Incendia coaching camp, which runs from 11 to 3. I'll either have to go to the beginning of that or the end of that. Only the beginning.
It's really too bad that there's only one shakeout run going on in Phoenix. and you're going to miss it.
Listen, that's not a shakeout. That's like a coach's camp thing they're doing.
Oh, shoot. And you would have wanted to see that.
Well, I think I'm definitely going to some of it. I think Amazfit is part of it. So I think I probably will be at the beginning. I'm not positive.
Well, you can't be at the beginning. You'll have to be at the end if it starts at 11.
I can't be at the end. You're racing from what time do you race?
Oh, this is on Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll miss me racing.
Well, if I go to the beginning, I can be there from 11 to 12.
Dustin will have someone live streaming it anyway.
That's probably true. Like that's the thing is, honestly, what I'm worried about is, so here, Matt and I, we have these matching outfits. I've forced him to do this. But with Dustin, what does he wear? He's just spectacularly bedazzled with tattoos and he wears black shorts. That's Dustin, right? So I got to match Dustin, right? And I don't want to get anything too bright because I know that if he's getting photographed, it's about him. I would just want to be his accessory. Right. So I've put a ton of thought into what to wear.
Clearly, you've put a ton of thought into this.
I want to do a good job for him.
You got to go get the tattoos.
I was going to say, you and I should just get the tattoos.
Tattoos.
We could just get some tattoos. At any rate, it would be great to have you there, Matt. You're right. There will probably be some footage. And so that'll be fine.
Well, I don't care about footage. I care about yelling, go Cheryl, go Dustin.
It would be wonderful to have you. So do what you can. Let us know. Okay. I'll see you Wednesday. We can, you'll know by then what you're doing. Here's what I will say about all these shakeout runs. And you did a nice post where you listed a lot of the stuff that's going on. I know there are others, but we weren't able to find them. So if other people should chime in on that. But like I said, the Western United States, very big. Phoenix is very, very spread out, really, really spread out, surprisingly spread out. And so, for instance, the surf Station 9 activity that the after party that they're doing Saturday night at 10 p.m. For those of us who would like to do something like that is in Scottsdale, which is a 1-hour car ride on the interstate to get there.
Now, Surf is an American company, so I'm wondering how they kind of blew that one. They got to know, open a map. Is there a bar? Is there,
anything?
Because the hotel region that you and I are in, it's about a mile away. A bunch of people are staying at, there's 3 or 4 hotels. There's got to be a place there they could have done it.
It's very surprising to me that they would put so much effort into advertising this and then have it be so far away. It's really far away.
You already have a small percentage of the people that like this stuff. A lot of us do go to bed, right? Mm-hmm. There's a small percentage. So you may as well beef it up by making it close to either where you think, maybe they think the locals will go because the locals, that's not a big deal. I don't know.
I think it makes it way less organic and way less appealing.
Yeah. Like the tailgate party that they're having in this parking lot, I think is a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
We're all going to show up there because it's right there. We're going to have a great time. Yeah. Why would we want to go somewhere else?
Yeah. So the tailgate thing definitely makes sense. There is a shakeout that starts there, the official Puma HYROX shakeout. Bunch of other shakeout runs that are happening. But I think that's the interesting thing is that once upon a time it was these races were Saturday and Sunday. Let's get together Friday for the shakeout, right? And now these things take place all weekend.
Right.
And so when's the best time to have one? And, even this camp, someone was like, well, how am I supposed to go to that camp when that's when I'm racing? It's not really going to work out that way. So good sign for the sport, good sign for the ecosystem that everybody wants their piece. Cole and 10,000 are doing something Wednesday night. So I can make that one because there's nothing else going on.
Isn't it in Glendale or something? Again, it's not close. No. It's a ways away.
Oh, is it? I thought that one wasn't too far. I was trying to print up a map. I couldn't do it. But yeah, so, and yeah, 2 of them are at the exact same time. But the tailgate thing is interesting because they're going to, activations as the marketing people call them. And then they're also going to have their tents on the inside as well. So they're all 2 sets of tents, maybe, I don't know. Mm-hmm. And I, there'll probably be cornhole and that kind of stuff. Oh, but you also I want somebody listening to this to get all the freebies. So if you go to the first Form 1, if you're one of the first 100, you get a football jersey. And if you go to this one, you get something. So I want someone to just try to hit them all and get all the swag. and then come back with a big bag of it.
Love it. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, Rich sent me his. Rich's is also like 4 towns away, right?
It's in Tempe. Yes.
So Tempe's further away than all of those, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's maybe a half hour away. My brother-in-law lives there.
Okay. How far is it from Albuquerque?
Oh, super far. That's New Mexico, dude. You're thinking you're thinking Tucson, not Tempe. Tempe is
Right.
just
Yeah,
a
that's
suburb.
right. I'm thinking Tucson.
I thought he was thinking Bugs Bunny.
Left turn.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Glendale, Tempe, Scottsdale, they're all suburbs.
So does everybody in Vegas know Arizona this well, or just you?
I don't know if everybody in Vegas does, but we're pretty familiar with it. We go there,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't even know. I don't know like Alabama that well, but I know like this how Florida breaks down.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. Anyway, it's going to be. There are some spread out events for sure. And in a stadium that's already this giant complex, it was very surprising to me that, because you're right. You've got the entertainment complex there. You've got restaurants and bars and all sorts of stuff. So anyway.
All right. I think we covered everything.
Well, I will say, let me just mention, first of all, who's going to buy the center equipment that's a special color that's debuting at this one? I thought that was interesting. It's all black and white. My husband, who
so why is tell me why you think
gray and black.
Tell me why you think a new colorway of weights is interesting, because I do not find that interesting.
I think it's interesting that they think that we would think it was interesting.
Okay.
Does that make sense? It's like, oh, buy this new stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I was surprised. I don't know who's
the shoes.
Yeah,
shoes works. I got some new shoes.
Yeah, but a whole new sled that's black and white. It's
already very expensive.
Yes.
I snuck the new shoes on in a post, and I only like one person mentioned them. I thought, oh, people are certainly going to notice my pink shoes.
I noticed.
I also got the regular. I got the regular and the. Hang on a second.
So you'll have your race shoes, and then you'll have.
Well, I just feel like, how do I not look like a giant twat in the pink shoes in the start line when I clearly am not an elite racer? Like, is it possible, Dave? Yes or no?
Pink shorts, brother.
Well, we're not wearing pink. What color are we wearing, Cheryl?
We are wearing
HFM colors.
It's called Aquarius.
It's not whatchamacallit? It's not Hamwinkle blue, or what's
Periwinkle.
No, the one that's on Better Call Saul. He calls it Hamlin blue or something. Hang on.
Oh, I always thought it was from the movie Snatch, or Periwinkle blue.
It's not periwinkle. It's more like an aquamarine.
Oh.
I picked HFM colors. He's got that sort of aquamarine on the.
So I've worn the pretty red ones once. Those are that's the HYROX shoe.
Right.
And then this is the Deviate. This is the Elite 4, and the other one is the Elite 4 HYROX.
Okay. So those aren't the bright pink.
Right. These are the yellowish, which I've only worn them both once, so I can't give you a full report yet.
Okay. And you don't know which ones you're going to wear for the race?
Well, I suppose I should wear the stupid red ones. Like I said, I'm just going to look like a twat. That's all.
Well, I'm wearing kind of lightish, yellowish shoes. So if that,
it won't even fit in this bag.
Oh no.
Anyway,
tie them to the outside.
Well, yes, I have the little shoe thingies where you put it in a little sling and then you carabiner it onto your bag. So.
I want someone to just pack a bag with just inappropriate things. Just show up and just, I don't know, a bunch of dildos, like just make the person awkward.
Cigarettes.
Make the person uncomfortable.
That sounds fantastic. Okay, so my husband is head judging Thursday and Friday and volunteering Saturday while we're racing, Matt. So I don't know what station he'll be at, probably Wild Balls. But the email that the judges got was that, yes, it's going to be warm in Phoenix, right? I think Saturday it's going to be 77 degrees, which is like we're talking around 22 Celsius, something like that. So it's warm. Outside. They're going to be keeping the venue
freezing probably
at 62. They are suggesting the judges bring layers. And so spectators bring layers, right? They are being mindful of us, and we are not going to be too hot. It's not going to be Nice.
No swamp coolers.
That'll be good.
Right.
Good fast running.
Yeah, exactly. No, Phoenix knows how to cool a building. That is for sure.
All right. Well, I can't believe it's here. I feel like it's been sitting there on the calendar forever, and it's finally here.
Plenty to talk about for sure.
All right. Good chat, all.
All right. Good luck, guys.
See you later.
Thank
Have fun in
you.
Phoenix.